And what is Guru or who is Guru? The conscience within you is the Guru. The one that guides you. The one that enlightens you. As such, there is a Guru in everybody.
Guru Om, Satya Guru, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om, Prema Guru, Guru Om. In this place I hold the truth. In your shelter, sanctuary, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Sachidananda, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Sachidananda, Guru Om.
It's funny that Ram commented on this list. What did he say? Something about the Force? Exactly. Yeah. Be the source force.
That's very cool. May Erich be with you. Yeah.
John!
Always. Big-minded.
And remember, like this, I see you, I love you, I see you, I love you, I see you. And remember, if you are seeing, you are practicing love without getting tripped up by the love word. Again, love is the willingness to recognize that which is real. That's because that which is real is love manifest. Nah. Again, but then yeah. Oh yeah, you drive on this side of the road. Again, easy, silly example. But oh, no, actually we're in the context of harmony, actually. We're not in a temporary world on the way to somewhere better. To use more Christian language, we're in the kingdom. And I sort of substitute the word context. And the word heaven means harmony. We're in the context of harmony. I like that.
I do too. That's good.
And then when I hear kingdom of heaven, it makes more sense. Whereas I always thought of kingdom of heaven as In the future after you die. If what? If you're good, yes.
Nobody's good.
Yeah, right. But no, you're in the middle of the context of harmony already. There's no place else you could be, is the insight. Oh, we drive on the right side of the road. We're in the context of harmony. We're not where I thought I was. Just doing time until I can get out of here. That was sort of my mindset for the longest time. I'm in a physical world on the way to somewhere better. This will be over soon. It's the ride over yet. I like life, but it's right over yet. But one of the insights is life is eternal, ongoing forever, and you're already in the context of harmony. And so it's not about hopefully getting there after death. I mean, if that was the thing, we should all just sort of And so it's about a matter of waking up to the context of harmony that we've actually been in the whole time. And then you go, nah, because man, this just looks like a stupid planet with beautiful, but warring tribes. It's hard, life is hard. That's not the context of harmony. What are you talking about? But it's sort of like, I mentioned this yesterday, tribal mentalities. I was brought up around Krishnamurti, and he was very down on nationalism. And when I first started hearing about reading his statements about this, I was going to renounce my citizenship and all sorts of stuff. And move to Canada. And I was sort of confused, well, why do you have an Indian passport then? You know what I mean? You need a passport to travel around. But psychologically, he wasn't a member of, he wasn't an Indian anymore. And it's sort of like, so nationalism was a bad thing. Tribal mentality was a bad thing. Because if you define your tribe as anything less than the infinite, then your tribe is going to be, against the infinite. So I've always thought, well, yeah, the thing to do is get rid of tribal mentalities. But then I realized, no, it's not about getting rid of tribal mentalities, but it's about beginning to realize what the tribe actually is. And so we're evolving out of small tribal mentalities that are duking it out with one another to the realization, oh, actually everyone on the planet is a brother or a sister. Everyone is a member of the tribe. And then actually, even space aliens are space brothers. They're part of the tribe. They're part of the infinity of being. I used to think the only way that there would be, and I think there's a movie coming out about this. I used to think the way that we would have peace on the planet is if we were finally being attacked by aliens. Because then we would, we're the Earthlings. We would band together on our own behalf. Have you heard about that movie? Is it
Independence Day?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. Yeah. What was I saying?
Aliens.
Right, so yeah, right. But like, I don't want that to happen. In order to wake up to the fact that we are all members of the same tribe, it's more like, oh no, everybody, even the space brothers are brothers and sisters. Anyone, everyone, everywhere is part of the infinite manifestation. There's no real enemy anywhere, really. Therefore, at your deepest fundamental level, like, try to relax about things. You know, like, if you don't want an enemy, don't define other people as the enemy. Even if they're acting ignorantly, they're a deluded brother or sister. But delusion, ignorance can be cured. And that's what's happening. We're all being in the process of re-education. We're learning, we're coming up with a clearer assessment about what's really going on. We're brothers and sisters in the context of harmony. And because things are working perfectly, then if you have a deluded mindset, you're gonna bump up against life. You're gonna suffer. And you'll think, oh, life is suffering. But life isn't suffering. Life as we live it is suffering. But again, like, we can come up with a better assessment. And just easy one, brothers and sisters in the context of harmony. Fourth dimensional conscious beings with radiant light bodies.
Yeah.
That's a cool little theme. So again, what I would vote for is just keep trying to keep it simple in your mind. If you keep it simple, then you can get complex without getting too confused. But like, keep the simple idea. And it all comes back to the word yoga. Yoga means to yoke or join, remember? And it also means union, unity. Just keep coming back to that. And the easy way to access the meaning of that is small self merging with big self. And the way I like to talk about it is small mind connecting with big mind, the internet analogy. You get online, talk about it like that for ages. That's how you yoke. That's how you join. And you do that enough, you start to realize, oh, actually, it's not about getting online, though it'll sure feel like that. It's not about getting online, it's about realizing that you're already online. And that you can't get offline, actually. Except you can be confused, but still you're connected, you're online. And so whenever you have a decision about anything, just start Googling the answer, Googling God, Googling your favorite awakened one, Googling however you think about it. Just sort of somehow reach beyond your best assessment. If you reach beyond, you'll start tapping into whatever the truth happens to be. So get online, yoke, 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 until you realize that, wow, you are online. And then all you have to do is avail yourself of it.
Guru Om Bhakti Guru
Now, in terms of this fourth dimensional business, I'm really interested in this, and it's hard, it's tricky to talk about. But the fourth dimension is not somewhere else. Again, it's not like the kingdom of heaven after you die. Circles within circles. The third dimension is just sort of like the fourth dimension with blinders on. Like on my car, you know, like I've got window tinting. You know what I mean? Without the window tinting, it's like this. But you put one layer of window tinting on there, it's sort of like, put another layer of window tinting. You're still in the same place. You're still seeing the same thing, but it's... And that's sort of what it is. It's sort of like fourth dimension, third dimension, second dimension are just sort of less full experiences of the same one thing. Circles within circles. The fourth dimension doesn't have a circle around it, it's infinite. So actually there's only one dimension. Ding. But talk about it as four, think about it as four, hypothesize about it as four. And it's sort of like right now. But it's not somewhere else, is sort of the point. It's right here. So like right now, you can see the walls, you can see the windows, you can see the ceiling, you can see the fans, and you think you're in a room. But actually, the room is in you as conscious awareness. Can you feel that little flip? You're not in a room, the room is in you as mind. Right here, without going anywhere, you can start experiencing yourself as fourth dimensional conscious being. You still walk through the door, you still, you're still in a room, but the room is in you as mind. That's trippy, it's slippery, but increasingly it's like, oh wow, wow. You think, you look down and you see your body and you think that's you, but increasingly the experience is, oh, everything you see is part of your infinite body. Manifest creation is the body of God. Consciousness, mind, the fourth dimension, formlessness. Forms have borders and boundaries. This little schmacker has a border or a boundary, but it is existing, floating within formlessness. Manifest creation is floating within formlessness. It's often talked about as the no-thingness, the nothingness, and it's sort of like, like whoever first thought of that was like, it's sort of like totally accurate and sort of funny. Nothing is being everything, because the no-thingness is the context in which every manifest formation is happening. Cool. And who you are and who I am is the unmanifest, formless, conscious presence being aware of it all. You'll still have a body that identifies your specific lookout point, but you're not the body being aware, you're that which is aware of the body. And so it's like you're not in a room, you're the room is in you. You're not in a body, you're not a body being aware, you're that which is aware of the body. And increasingly, my understanding on this is that you will therefore always have a body that identifies your specific presence. It's not like God is going to suddenly wake up and realize, oh, I'm bodiless, and creation would disappear. Manifest creation is the body of God. Your presence is the specific identification of God, and your body identifies your specific presence. You're not here because your body is here. Your body is only here because you're here. It's like the other way around. And who you are is conscious being that looks like something, but you're not a body being aware. You're not fundamentally a body, you're fundamentally consciousness. That looks like something, an idea in mind. And everything is an idea in mind made out of energy. And just sort of, again, these little shifts in your assessment. Oh, I'm driving on this side of the road in this country. Oh, I'm actually a fourth dimensional conscious being with a radiant light body in the middle of the context of harmony, actually. Oh. Yeah, I still got to pay the rent. Here's my passport. But actually, oh. And just sort of like play what seems like both worlds, until you don't have to. So my guess on this is, at the moment it looks like everyone drops their bodies, and people talk about it. And this is a good way to talk about it. You drop your physical body. But increasingly, we're shifting into this understanding that, wow, you're not in a physical body. There's no such physical thing. It's all energy. At the moment, people drop their body, and they flow on. Increasingly, I think what's going to happen is when it's time for you to be somewhere else, instead of you growing old, suffering, aging, and finally popping off, dying, if it was appropriate for you to be somewhere else, you would just sit down. Accelerate. It would look like you dematerialized. Poof, where'd you go? And you would appear wherever you shifted your attention to. Again, sounds kooky at first. Good storyline for a movie. Star Trek, yeah. I've actually never seen Star Trek. Surprisingly. But these guys are hip to things. They're tuned in, a lot of them, and getting insight and revelation and like having fun sharing the story, educating the masses. Nah. Maybe. Nah. Maybe. So like just don't buy into it too fast, don't reject it too fast. Sort of know that you don't know, and you want to know. What is the truth here really? And so I think we're at this significant point where instead of dropping bodies, we're going to start demonstrating the fact that death is a fake, that there is no such thing as death, which doesn't mean you'll be stuck here. You can pop around. At the moment, the only way to get off the planet is die. You know, but again, if it served purpose for you to be somewhere else, you could just... And there are stories of this in the books. And I always thought, yeah, sure. Fun story. Yoga fairy tales. You know, and there's stories of yogis that go into the cave. Next week, the disciple comes to check on the guy, and he's not there, but there's a lock of hair. And he... And you could come back. And you could go back. And you could go there. Oh, I forgot my raincoat. But I think we're just at a real interesting time where like a lot of new stuff is going to be opening up. And we're like on the cutting edge of it. And the way in is, what is the truth here really? Curiosity. What's really going on really? I know I don't know, and I'd like to know more. What is the more? What's going on here? So I would vote, stop thinking that you're going to drop your body. That's like one of the worst things you could do for your health. If you're doing yoga for your health, stop believing in death. At least catch yourself every once in a while. And you'll say, well, you know, I'll probably get sick of this because it's in my genetic makeup. My grandmother died of a heart attack. My father died of a blood clot. You know, it's sort of what I'm genetically. That's what's in the cards for me. You think that, you believe it, and everything starts spinning that way because you're decreeing it. Get yourself to shut the fuck up. There's a truth to genetics. There is. But push genetics to the source of genetics is sort of the point. Your real DNA is not what your grandmother died of, not what your father died of, well, not what your white man lineage is. Your real DNA is G-O-D. Oh yeah, we drive on the right, we're outside the road. Oh yeah, my real DNA, it's not what I thought with third-dimensional Earth mentality, the way everyone's playing it out. Everyone dies, it's sick, it's natural. No. What's natural is fourth-dimensional conscious being, and your real DNA is G-O-D. I don't really know what that means, but man, it sounds cool. It sounds like interesting. What is the truth of G-O-D? What is my real DNA really? And so again, just sort of be like an explorer with this. I mean, someone's got to start pushing into the unknown. Like, don't just always wait for someone else. And so bust yourself. Oh, I'm a little older, that means this. Oh, I'm a little older, that means this. You don't know what it means, so zip it. And then wonder, what does it mean? You know, just like, again, put your current level of ignorance, your current understanding in pause mode. Just so you're not energizing it temporarily. If it's true, it'll become clear to you that that's true and that's what you should really be afraid of or succumb to. But what you really need to succumb to is whatever the truth actually is. And the truest thing is G-O-D-ness. Your real DNA is G-O-D. My real DNA is G-O-D. Your real DNA is G-O blinking D. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. And when you let yourself sort of linger there for a couple seconds, you start to feel the thrill of it. And the thrill of it is like healing beginning to happen. Instead of the inevitability of death, it's the inevitability of eternal life. The word healing means revealing. And so as you begin to heal, what gets revealed is the light body that you actually are. The fourth dimensional conscious being that looks like a radiant light body. And again, I don't get this yet, but it's so like, this is where I'm putting I'm putting my money on this one. This is what I really think is true. In my clearest moments, this is what I think. Then I'll doubt it, but then I'll remember, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, just pause. What is the truth here really? Don't energize my current level of ignorance. And then again, this starts coming in. Oh yeah. And so it's a process of like training yourself not to just believe what you've always thought and be willing to be open to whatever the truth happens to be. G-O-D. That's reason for hope. That's exciting. It's good news. Other people will get on the bus with this once they start getting wind of it. Everyone's got a cell phone now. Everyone will get into this soon. And again, just a simple trick, just like practice looking at things and let the colors get prettier. Just squeegee your mind. It's been a very fun weekend. Thank you for coming.
Can I ask you the words of that lesson that you got when you were outside walking in Bella?
Bhakti Guru,
Yeah, absolutely everything you see is an idea in mind, comma, made out of mind, capital M, comma, being observed by mind. Absolutely everything you see is an idea in mind, made out of mind, being observed by mind. Your mind, God's mind. And again, at first it's weird to sort of think that your mind is God's mind, but what else could it be? It's not egotistical to think that. In fact, it's egotistical to think that you created yourself. The other one is that the answers that come from beyond, like guidance, arise in the feelings and impulses that arise from within. Something like that. Mm-hmm.
To try to put this together, you're talking about the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
Would that be considered like the yogis call like the fourth dimension of consciousness, like the super consciousness that the enlightened, when they're self-realized, and like when you are asking for guidance, it's coming from that fourth level of consciousness?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I would encourage, don't think of that there's more dimensions. And then remember, actually, there's only one. There's one infinite context. And that infinite context can be experienced from consciously being fourth dimensional, or you can diminish your scope and start feeling like you're third dimensional, as though you're in a world rather than the world being in you. And you could narrow it more down. I don't know quite how to do that. And I sort of don't want to. Not anymore. I think I'd rather just go for fourth dimensional. And just someone asked me, just so you're clear, the first dimension is line, second dimension is a plane. The plane embraces the line. The third dimension is space, and the fourth dimension is mind, or consciousness. And that's cool. I mean, it's like, again, like, don't buy it or reject it too fast, but okay. Line, plane, space, mind. And time, so like time's not the fourth dimension. Time would be a third dimensional way of measuring the movement of infinity.
Actually, I was just going to ask about time.
Yeah.
Being third dimensional. So.
And just to interject, I mean, so like even from a third dimensional perspective, our actual experiences, you're always only ever in the now. You know, even now you're in the now. You know, like now was in the future, but like we're in the future now, or like, I mean, so like even from a third dimensional perspective, it's always only the now, which is actually fourth dimensional, eternal lifelessness.
Guru Om Bhakti Guru Om.
Yeah, I end up getting stuck, kind of, because when I have those moments where either it is like timelessness or infinite, you know, it seems to sort of conflict with the idea of like an evolution too. Because if it's always there, accessible, that infinite, if it's always sort of there, like around the corner, you can sense it, or how does evolution through time towards some sort of awakening of consciousness, like how is that that's like a third dimensional idea that we're evolving through time towards an awakening. Like
Right.
How does that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How does that work?
That's a totally cool question. And that's your homework. And I think you already know the answer. And I think you'll own it better if I refrain from saying too much. Except, you know, it's what you said. Evolution is the third dimensional assessment of fourth dimensional singularity. The infinite isn't expanding. The infinite isn't shrinking. The infinite isn't evolving into greater clarity. It's always being itself anew. But if you put on your sunglasses and diminish your ability to see, you're going to start seeing the same old thing with a biased view, and the assessments that you come up with will be close, but not quite right. And the clearer you get, the more you'll shift your assessment. And sort of fundamental to it is, you're not in a world, the world is in you. You're not in a room, the room is in you. You're not a body being aware, you're that which is aware of the body. The only thing that's real about time is the new now.
Guru Om, Bhakti Guru, Guru Om.
So I would vote, like when that happens to you, just be real interested in what the meaning of that is for you.
Yeah.
Whenever something like that happens for me, it's the meaning is, oh, there's more going on than I think. Therefore, sock it to me with more truth. Mhm. And I do want to bend over a little this morning. But can I just say, this is so valuable, I think. I appreciate everyone's willingness to like yak as much as we have. It's valuable, it's sort of rare to be able to talk openly with like-minded, open-minded people about radical stuff, you know, like, it's fun. I value it. So thank you. Yeah.
Gives you further insights. Is this level of awareness or consciousness, do you feel it's possible in people like in Aleppo or, you know, people who are in poverty and really suffering with basic, you know, structures or not getting enough food? Or how do we...
Shanti Guru.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And those who are in less dire circumstances can help the most by start doing this. Because you'll be more congruent with the context of harmony, and then whatever you do will be more powerful in terms of healing what's an obvious ill. And somebody in that situation is exactly where they need to be in order to like force them to get clearer. Not easy, but you know. But yeah,
Okay.
in the simple response, yes.
Right.
Everybody is the infinite and specific self-expression. Everybody's online, really. Anybody, everybody, in whatever circumstance they're in, can access divine knowing about how to do and be in the easy or hard predicament they find themselves in. And it'll be easier to survive the hard predicaments if you do it a lot in where it's easy. But when it's easy, you think, oh, I don't need to do that. I know how to live my life. I don't need to ask Jesus what sandwich to eat. I know what the sandwiches I like. But practice on easy things because you're getting online, you're online all the time. And then when you think of Aleppo or someone there, just your thought will be more powerful in terms of psychically helping them. Just the recognition that they can have a more, whatever the word is, will help them. They'll feel inspired or encouraged or have the courage to like stick it out and do whatever they've got to do. They won't know why they're feeling inspired or helped.
Guru Om, Bhakti Guru, Guru Om.
Yeah.
Do you ever find
anymore facing decisions that you have to make where, despite having been listening, you don't feel like you've gotten an answer yet, but you need to make a decision?
So totally yes. Yeah, and then so what do? You know, I would sit down and I try and listen and I hear nothing. And I'll think, this doesn't work, I wrote a book about it, this doesn't work. I talk about it in workshops, so I know what I'm talking about, this doesn't work. And then often I'll just go take a shower. It's sort of when I'm not listening so hard. Oh. So the universe will start. Look for the signs from the universe. You might hear a snippet of somebody's conversation, and it might be exactly what you need to know. You might hear a song on the radio, and just that little lyric is, oh yeah, that's right. So like the universe is talking to you from every direction. And just then, just keep doing the best you can. Help. Say help a lot. Or please guide me. Or, something like that. But yes, I still find myself, yes.
Guru Om Bhakti Guru Om.
Yeah. And we're almost done with this chapter, okay?
So it seems like you've thought about this a lot.
Yes.
Thinking about it.
Always.
And I think about things, we're all thinking about things, and we're all being individuals. And it seems to me that one of the important things is that we're individuals, that we're,
Unique.
yeah, that we're different.
Yeah.
And I sort of want to know what you think about that in the context of, to you, what's the meaning of that?
It takes an infinity of individuals to express how awesome the all is. The all is so awesome, it looks like this, it looks like this, it looks like this, it looks like that. It takes every manifestation to start portraying the infinite awesomeness. So that's what I think. And you are specifically, uniquely you. Your job is to be you. You can't actually be anybody else. And you had nothing to do with it. And so it's the all being you. Yeah. So it takes the infinite manifestation to even come anywhere close to demonstrating how awesome the whole thing actually is.
Guru Om Bhakti Guru Om.
Okay, last one. Yeah.
When we are, you express it so beautifully, that what our nature is manifestation of the all. Do you think that there's some function or purpose, though, to what seems to be our inherent attachment to forgetting that on a regular basis. So that
The way I explain it to myself is, it's like where I live near the beach in Santa Monica, and there's a park, a roller coaster on the beach, and a Ferris wheel, you know, and it lights up at night and it's real pretty. And you see people that get on the roller coaster, they get in the seat and they strap themselves in, and then it's like, they're going up and up and up, and you go, hey, look, there's so-and-so over there. Hey, there's my house over there. And then it goes, and you hear the screams, and then you see the people at the end of the ride undo the seatbelt, get off the ride, and you think, hey, I'm going to try that. You're safe. You know you'll be safe. I think I'll just try the scary ride for a moment. Okay. Strap yourself in. And we're sort of like mid-ride. It's something you can do. You're safe, you know you'll be safe, and therefore you can scare yourself to death. And it's just sort of like fun for a while. And the forgetfulness is just sort of fun for a while because it sort of puts this edge of scariness on things. And yeah, it's not so fun after a while. You keep doing it, you begin to forget, oh yeah, the park is happening in the context of harmony. So it's just sort of like a thing that a fourth dimensional conscious being, a Christ at one, chose to do, forgot their true nature, didn't become other than who they are except in their own imagination, with other people who are doing the same thing, and therefore validating the limited assessment. And now we're all sort of waking up and going, oh. Actually, we're in the context of harmony. We're conscious beings. I'm not a physical being. I'm not a body being aware. I'm that which is aware of the body. I'm a conscious being. I'm not having a physical experience. I'm having a conscious experience. My hand touching this bowl, this is not a hand touching a bowl. This is consciousness experiencing an idea in mind. Oh, okay, so you just start re-understanding everything.
Guru Om Bhakti Guru
Okay, so I want to go through one of my favorite patterns. And just to say, I would vote that just learn yoga the way you like. learn something, and then do it, start letting it become more intuitive. I would recommend that you memorize these patterns or other patterns so that you know what to do, so there's no confusion about what to do. And then as you do them, just practice getting into it and letting the whole thing start becoming more organic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, all rise. Yeah.
Guru Om, Bhakti Guru, Guru
With the right arm. Small arcs. Controlled movement. Just little by little let the arcs get a little bigger, and a little bigger. Just be more slow about this than you might tend to be. At a certain point, your arm will be comfortable going all the way over, but still keep it a smooth, controlled movement. When you get the inner feeling to change direction, realize you're getting inner guidance and just practice following inner guidance. Let the direction change. Little by little, let the movement get a little more slippery. And then start being attentive to the linger moments. The linger starts feeling stale and then it flows on. Close your eyes at a certain point. And just get into it a little bit more than you already are. And realize you're practicing, you're learning how to channel the movement. Let the arcs slow down, get smaller. Open your eyes, get it going on the other side. So as the teacher, I don't need to keep saying what I just said again. Do this like you've never done it before. Or as though you've done it so many times that you're really good at experiencing how new it always is. Close your eyes at a certain point. And then let the arcs slow down, get smaller. Open your eyes, come to the first hand, shake it loose. Add the arm, the forearm, the whole arm. And then again, close your eyes. And get into it a little bit more than you already are. It can't be fun if you're not getting into it. If you get into it, it starts getting more interesting. The more interesting it gets, the easier it is to get into it even a little more. When that arm feels satisfied, go to the other one. Close your eyes at a certain point. When that feels like enough, go to the foot. And the lower leg, the whole leg. And again, just notice that you're shaking out habitual tension. And then the other one. Okay, then with your feet exactly hip width apart. Toes spread. And in other words, this is not hip width apart. This is probably not hip width apart. There's only one place where your feet are actually hip width apart. And if you're the teacher, how would you know if somebody's feet are hip width apart? Their legs would be parallel. And it's not a big deal, but this is like the good standard spot. And it's awareness training. Snuggle your feet. Grow tall. Just close your eyes for a few moments. Just notice where you're gripping unnecessarily, where it might feel like you're kinked, where you're efforting too much. Get as tension-free as you can be and grow up and up and up. And at the same time, just relax. Do the same thing with your feet together, please. Grounded, tall, eyes closed. Or not. Notice where you're gripping, where you're kinking, where you're efforting too much. And yet you want to fill out your space. And then let your eyes open, step your feet apart, step them a little wider, a little wider. Spread your toes, snuggle the feet. Take a breath in and then bend your legs. Slide your hands over the knees, down the shin bones. Be aware of your hands beginning to merge with the ankles. Again, like you've never done it before, or like you've done it so many times that you're good at realizing how new it is. Snuggle the feet. Notice that your arms are somewhere. You could sink more towards the down extreme, or you could lift more up towards the up extreme. Just sort of start customizing and knowing what your choices are. Fix your head and neck so it feels more neutral. And just breathe for a couple seconds. Just live here. Notice where it feels like you're efforting too much. And then shift your hips over to the left. Let your left leg bend a little bit more than it is. Notice that the right leg straightens a little bit more. Notice how there's more weight on your left foot now. Your right foot is still over there. Both feet are on the ground. You're still grounded. Your arms are doing something. Most of the time I vote for lengthening them, lifting up. And then just fix the head and neck. Oh yeah, breathe. Shift your hips over to the right. Just sort of watch yourself fixing things. Again, always friendly. Shift your hips to the left, linger. Shift your hips to the right, linger. Hips to the left, hips to the right, and just go side to side a bunch of times. And let everything get as liquidy as possible. Be attentive to the linger moments, the flow on moments, the change direction moments. And then shift your hips over to the left. Keep them there. Move your head and torso over to the right. And just like little by little start twisting into it. Gently push into your left hand to intensify the twist, gently. Fix your head and neck. And just breathe that. See if that mystical fragrance is in the air, even now. Shift your hips over to the right, keep them there. Move the head and torso over to the left. Spiral into it, push into the right hand. And even now, just watch how you're like fixing little things, customizing little things. You're doing something. Bring the torso back to the middle, both legs gently bent, fold down through the middle. Let the head dangle. And then come all the way down to a squat. Let your feet come closer together. And bring your hands into mudra number 1. What is the truth here really? Mudra number 2. Mudra number 3. And then mudra 4, your palms come together, the left hand spins down, the right hand spins up. And just sort of mudra-size your fingers somehow. It'll be different every time. Okay, then just take a seat. simple cross-legged position. With your left leg in front, please. From here, stick your left leg out to the side and just pull the right foot in a little tighter. I like to tip forward so I can wriggle the butt back and then bring the torso up to vertical. Now when I first started doing this one a lot, just my initial thought was I should be as open as possible. So I was always trying to sit like that. But at this point, I actually try and be as closed as possible. Each thigh will end up being angling out at about a 45-degree angle. You'll be facing down the middle of your planet. You tip, wriggle the butt back, and then bring the torso up. Now without using your hands, I usually just put them something like this. Just rotate to the right. So your pelvis is level, your spine is vertical, and you're rotating. And you're rotating. And at a certain point you'll get stuck. And you know that you're not actually twisting as much as you could because you're not using your arms. Put the left hand at your left knee, like on the straight leg. Put the right hand down on the floor behind you. But don't use them yet. Actually lift your hands up, prove you're not using them. Put them back down, but don't use them. Now in order to twist any deeper than you already are, you'll need to use them. So use your arms to twist yourself one notch tighter. Like not your maximum. And then try to minimize your arms. One notch tighter. Try to minimize your arm strength. One notch, one notch, one notch. Just like tighten it a nice amount. Try to minimize your arm strength. Both shoulders back. Both shoulders down. Belly in. Your head's on in neutral. Just slowly turn your head to the right as far as it'll go. So everything sort of spinning to the right. Keep everything spinning to the right. Just slowly turn your head to the left as far as it'll go. So you just sort of wring yourself out the other way. From here, take it up into your chin, inhaling. And as you exhale, fold out over your right knee, the bent one. And just let your hands just land in sort of an easy, sort of like a push-up position. The left leg is straight. Spread the toes down there. That's easy to do. It's just, again, just awareness training, like keep part of your attention down there. Your hands are where they are, sort of like a push-up. Keep your hands where they are. Curl your head in and just slowly, like slow motion, slowly push your arms towards straight so that you come into a round back extreme and you can plug the left sitting bone into the floor. Left toe spread, both arms pressing straight, head curling in, round back extreme. Just sort of feel where the stretch points are on your back, and just gentle but nicely. Keeping your arms straight, lift your chin up, and let yourself come into a nice little back bend here. Just sort of look up. Left toe spread. As you exhale, draw the belly in, curl your head in, round your back. Plug the left sitting bone. So I let each position soak in for a little bit, and then with the inhale, take it up again. And with the exhale, round back extreme again. You just go back and forth a bunch of times. Because your arms are straight, your torso is up here in sort of a midway spot, which allows you to get a lot of movement with your torso. When I'm at home doing this, I'll do this like 20, 30 times and just sort of get into it. Every once in a while you'll feel like lingering and being there for a bit. And then you flow on, you be there for a bit. And then just sort of bring your spine to a neutral position there. And start moving your belly around in circles to the left. So you're doing spinal rolls. Starting from as low as you can be. Start bringing the circles up through your torso. Keep the left toe spread. Feel how the shoulders get malleable, how the movement starts coming up through your neck and your head. And you're just making your whole spine liquidy. Then change direction. Start at the bottom, low, slow, small. And get into it. Like feel how you're making the circles, the spirals. Start bringing them up your torso. Just keep doing it with feeling. This is nice. Your head and neck starts getting into the act. And then with an inhale, take it up into the chin, hit the top of the note up there. And as you exhale, just let your arms bend, you'll fold out over the knee. Curl your head in, push your arms straight, come all the way up. Switch the legs. Tip forward so you can wriggle the butt back. Bring the torso up. No hands, rotate left. You put a nice line of energy down the right leg, keep the toes spread. And you'll get stuck at a certain point. Put the right hand, put the left hand, don't use them. Prove you're not using them by lifting them up. Put them down, be attentive to not use them. And then use them a little bit to wind yourself. A little bit to wind yourself. One notch, one notch, one notch. It feels good to wring yourself out. Keep trying to be as relaxed as you can be, though. You're not doing nothing, but you're being as relaxed as you can be as you wring yourself out. Both shoulders back, shoulders down, belly in. Right toe spread. Awareness training. Not difficult. Turn your head to the left as far as it'll go. Turn your head to the right as far as it'll go. Wait for the right moment and then take it up into the chin. Inhaling, hit the top of the note. Exhale, fold over the knee. Let your hands slide, land in a nice push-up position. Oh yeah, the toes. Keeping the hands where they are, curl your head in. Hesitate, wait for the right moment, and then just slowly push your arms towards straight. Your head curls in, you end up in a round back extreme. The right sitting bone reaches the floor finally. And where you feel the stretch points, sort of anger breathing into those spots. So part of it is you use the shape of the body and your muscles and stuff to find the stretch, but then breathe into it. Keeping the arms straight, lift the chin. Oh yeah, the right toe still. Take it up into the chin, linger for a bit. Notice your arms, they're somewhere. You could sink to the down extreme. You could be lifting up. You could be in the middle, and you are somewhere. Most of the time, be lifting up, take it up into the chin. And then curl the head in, round back. And just as it feels like the thing to do, just go back and forth. Not mechanical. Learn to do this so that you like it. And the advanced practice, remember, is just get into it. It's not about how bendy you are, it's about how much you can get into it. Sometimes you won't take it to the full extreme, you might just be going back and forth, sort of mid-range. Okay, then take it up into the chin, inhaling. And as you exhale, fold out over the knee. Curl your head in, round your back up. And then start with the belly circle. Start low. Just go one direction or the other, doesn't matter. You'll go the other way in a sec. Be gentle. Feel what you're doing to yourself. I'm mostly just thinking about like erasing the tight spots. Sort of like if you're washing a window, you're looking for the little smudgy spots. Bring the spirals up through your torso, your shoulders, your head and neck gets increasingly liquid. And at a certain point, change the direction. Start low, start slow. Keep spiraling your way up through your head and neck. And then take it up into the chin, hit the top of the note. And as you exhale, fold. Curl your head in, slowly push to bring your way yourself up. Okay, now, this is what I call the TV pattern. This is what I do often when I'm watching TV. I sit around and like straddle splits a lot. So say we're here first. We're folding forward and just watching TV. I would do this one a lot. You can put a bolster under you and rest on it. That's a nice way to do things. Just sort of come to an easy place. So I'm watching the news. Okay, so I've been here for a while. Then you bring yourself up, fold the right leg in, sort of like how we were doing. Now remember how I said the other day that mostly what I'm into is like stuff for lotus. So I do a lot of hip openers and back strengtheners so that it's easy to sit in lotus. And this is one of the patterns I'll do a lot. So you're now in this position. Bring the left leg in and just sort of cross it over. Grab your foot, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Turn as far as you can. And sort of wait. And then just let the knee drop down towards the front. And what I do is with my left hand, I pin the right foot down and just sort of wriggle my butt back. So I'm in sort of this tight, sort of a half lotusy thing. It's sort of a Shankara pose. It feels really awkward at first, but it's a great way to start practicing your lotus. So you just hang out here for a few seconds. Don't hassle yourself with your knees way up here. Just do what you can do. Iyengar was always sitting around like this. I had lunch with him. This is how he eats lunch. And it was cool. There's paintings of Shankara. He's always sitting sort of like this. So I call this Shankara asana. Now at the moment the left leg's on top. So with your left hand, I just reach underneath the shin bone, just sort of lift it up a bit. I lean back. And the bottom leg, this right leg, just take it out to the side and bring the left one down. So bingo, here you are on the second side. Turn, fold out over the knee for a moment. So this is part of what we did the first time, the first pattern. And just resting in this position is a good way to like work your forward bends, work your lotus, and it's sort of easy, typically bending down over the knee. Just let it cook. And then bring yourself up. Bring the right foot in. Cross it over. Grab it, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. And then just let the knee drop down. With the right hand, I pin the left foot down and just wriggle my butt back. So I'm in a nice Shankara asana. Live here until the next commercial. And again, sort of like the trick, for me, my yoga took off when I just started fiddling around the rest of the time. Watching TV, do a bunch of this stuff. Sit on the couch, try and put your leg behind your head. Sit on the floor more than you normally would. Or when you're in a restaurant, see if you can sit cross-legged. So it's just sort of all the time. I was with Vonda Scarabelli. She would put both legs behind her head and sit in the train. Okay, the right leg is on top. Lift it up, slide the left leg out. Put the right foot down, turn towards the bent knee, fold out over this one. So if you just do it a lot, sort of easy stuff, it starts getting easy. Don't push it hard, just like, again, just sort of like you're goofing off. Mine's up. Yeah, I would let it go up. Or either way, but mine's up. My left sitting bone is not anywhere near the floor. Yeah. But see, this is a nice little twisty, forward, bendy thing, is it? And it's easy. But if you do it a lot, your whole body will get more malleable. Okay, bring yourself up. Bring the left leg in, cross it over, pull it back. Let it drop down, pin the foot, snuggle your seat back. Shankara asana on the other side. Once your hips start opening up, they tend to stay open. Like you don't need to be really warmed up in order to start doing this stuff. And like they'll stay open. So if you just sort of be consistent for a while and do a lot of these, and if you're just sitting there watching TV anyway, start to do this. Lean back, stick the right leg out, turn towards the left, fold out over the knee. So it's just side to side. Sort of a bunch of times. It's good practice to keep your right toe spread. Again, it's not difficult. It's more just like mind training. It's obvious if someone's not there. It's obvious if they are there. Notice that your spine is whatever shape it's in. And from right there where you are, you could try to round your back a little bit more. It won't go very far because you're down at that extreme. You could try to arch your back. It won't go very far. Even here, you can sort of do the little belly rolls and sort of start just moving around inside the shape. Looking to erase the little smudgy spots. Don't attack. You don't attack the window. Okay, one more time, please. Bring it up, cross the leg over. So I keep migrating south. You know what I mean? They're further and further away from the TV. And as this starts getting easier for you, the bottom leg is like when you wriggle your butt back, increasingly the bottom shin bone will get closer and closer to horizontal. The lotus knee will rest on that foot. And then you're just moments away from an easy lotus. Switch it. And release it, fold out over the knee. Left toe spread. Most of the time I just sort of relax here. But then you could try to round your back. You could try to arch your back. You could do the little spiral circles. Even just to like kind of nudge into good spots and just sort of like press into them for a bit. Any tight spot's a good one to undo. Okay, then bring yourself up. The leg that's bent, stick it out to the side. And once again, just come down through the middle. And if you notice yourself hassling yourself for not being very far down, notice that you're doing it, and then just shut up in there. And just breathe. Okay. Then, feet hip width apart. Come into a squat. From there, lift your butt up. Let yourself dangle over. Just both legs bent is fine. Wrap the arms around the legs. Hold your wrist lightly and just dangle here.
Guru Om Bhakti Guru
I'm going to put on the music. This will be 2 songs. Let the free form begin from here. Start with something that you know, something that you feel like doing. And then get into it. That was a live performance. Simrit, yeah. Okay, then if you just come to a seated meditation position, please. Freeform is fun. Enya. Yeah. Okay, just for a minute here. Something like water shows the hidden heart. Something like that.
And how do you spell the first artist?
Simrit. That was DJ Drez. I know. Yeah. DJ Drez. Yeah. D-R-E-Z. D-R-E-Z. Think of dreads. He's got dreads. So just for a short minute, snuggle your seat in order to get grounded through whatever's on the ground. Wobble gently as you grow tall. Bloom open up there at the top. And then relax. And skillfully get as tension-free as you can be here where it's sort of easy. Feel how your breathing is rippling through your increasingly relaxed body. And get familiar with the fact that you are the observer of it all. You're not a body being aware, you're that which is aware of the body. You are fourth dimensional, conscious being, with what turns out to be a radiant, energetic light body. Practice feeling the energy that you're made out of. And just sort of turn the dimmer switch and let it get brighter, brighter, effortlessly brighter. And be aware that you're here with a room full of awesome yogis, radiant light beings, brothers and sisters. And that by being together like this, we're helping one another get it. And so mentally, telepathically, exude a feeling of thank you to everybody. Exude a feeling of thank you to the awesome room that we've been in, to Yogaville, to everyone that helped cook your dinner, everybody that helped, and just gently exude the recognition of that which is real out to the entire world and universe. Be the place where love flows through, because it's good for others and it's good for you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Peace, 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 peace. Very fun. Very fun. Over now.
Thank you, Erich.
You're welcome. Can I save this for later?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Erich. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you
It's
so
been a
much.
real treat.
It's been fun.
And thank you all so much for coming and for sharing this experience with us this weekend.
We're in the middle of the awesome movement of life, thinking that we're in a temporary world on the way to somewhere better, blinded to it. You're in the middle of the ultimate. I mean, where'd you think you were? Oh, you mean like right here? Oh, you mean like right now? You mean like life live?